Lion versus tiger. Undoubtedly one of the most fascinating battles in the animal kingdom. On my first analysis, today we're going to be analyzing the fight between an African lion and a white Bengal tiger. Who got the most hits? Who missed the most hits? Which animal got the most destructive blow in the battle? Which animal came out on top? All of your most burning questions will be answered in this one video. I think I've used my vocal cords enough. Let's get straight into the video, shall we?
하늘의 태양이 우릴 순 없다. 누가 사파리의 제왕이 될 것인가? 하지만 시간이 갈수록 수세에 몰리는 칸.
안 돼요. 배우가 딱 잡는 걸 잘해요.
Now the first thing we need to identify is their genders. First up, the lion. Well, I mean, it's quite obvious it's a male because, I mean, the male is a dead giveaway. Now for the white tiger. Now this has a lot of controversy whether if this tiger is a female or a male. Reason being, even the narrator says that this tiger name is Khan.
백호파의 제왕.
And as a lot of us know, Khan is a male tiger. But this footage that I have here is the highest quality, and from my observations, it seems to be a female. So the narrators could be wrong, I don't know. But spotting the testicles of a male tiger can sometimes be very difficult. As a lot of lion fans, even Counter-Strike, one of my favorite lion fans, even claim that this tiger is a male. And he even paused the part in the video and showed that this could possibly even be the testicle. As much as I'd love to agree with him, I'd have to disagree, because to me personally, it just looks like the back leg of the tiger. Because when you look at the rest of the footage, you can't even make out any sort of male sexual organs. So I think it's rather safe to say that this tiger is in fact a tigress. So some lion fans might look at me different or might think I am biased or probably go into the tiger fan side. I'm simply being honest, and quite frankly, I don't care if you hate on me because I'll just show that you are the biased one. I am not biased, I am just here to reveal the truth. Based on observation, this is in fact a female. We don't see any signs of any testicles here. At least I don't see any testicles. So I urge the biased lion fans who tend to think illogical and just go off a random assumptions and be like nah, and just be like in denial all the time. No, just use logic and agree for once. I mean, if you make a video that proves it's a male 100%, I will believe you, but for now I don't see any testicles located anywhere on this tiger, or tigress I should say. Since we have gotten that out of the way, we have gotten ourselves a male African lion fighting a female Bengal tigress. Also to note, this Bengal tigress is massive, like if not, it could be as big if not bigger than this lion. Okay, since we have the genders covered, let's go on to the actual fight. How many paw swipes has these cats generated? How many blows has these cats actually taken? And how many blows were actually missed? For the tigress, I've counted that the tigress has put out at least 8 paw swipes, landed 7, missed 1, and grappled twice. Now compiling all the data that we have now, I have estimated that the tiger's overall accuracy in this fight has came up to a whopping 87.5%. Whereas the lion, however, surprisingly actually put out 8 paw swipes as well, but only landed 5 and missed 3. He used the move grapple once and he used the move mauling once. The lion's overall accuracy for his paw swipes was 62.5%. Looking at the raw stats here, the tiger clearly has the upper hand. Some tiger fans, example for British Tiger, he claimed that the tiger struck the lion with so much force, caused the lion to fall. So yes, at the beginning of the fight, the first paw swipe that the tiger actually let out actually missed and just ended up grazing on the lion's shoulder. And during that time, that lion was already falling. So the whole concept of the tiger knocking the lion down was actually false because the tiger completely missed the intended target, which was the head, and it ended up just grazing on the lion's shoulder. I'm just using British Tiger as an example, so don't take this too seriously please. I'm not debunking the whole video, I'm just doing my own analysis. I'll just use them as an example. The tigress intended to hit the lion's head, and at that time, the tiger threw another force swipe and that completely missed. After the 2 shots that actually failed, the tiger started to land shots on the top of the lion's head where the mane is located. And it's during this time, Leo, the lion, actually landed a few hits of his own. Although it was fewer than the tiger, the lion actually only landed 3 shots. He also scratched the tiger's elbow, one barely grazing the tiger's chest, and when the tiger tried to retreat, he ended up hitting the tiger somewhere on the middle part of the body. The same time when the tiger misplaced his footing and ended up falling, the lion used the move grapple, thus tackling the tiger, and now Leo has the upper hand. And it's during this time, Leo used the move mauling. So we can't necessarily tell as to how long this lasted, but we do know it happened very quickly. And surprisingly, the tigress got back her footing and used the move grapple once more, which was more successful than her first attempt, thus grappling the lion's neck. And although we can't necessarily tell which part the tiger was actually biting, but we are just left to assume that it was attacking the face. And it's after that both cats retreat. Both were relatively equal. Now to answer the question who got the most destructive blow, neither cat landed a killer blow. And if I'm being honest, Leo actually got one good blow, and that was on the elbow, and it kind of dug into the elbow a little bit. But it wasn't the most destructive blow because both of them put out equal amounts of shots. The tiger was clearly more accurate and both were relatively equal in their shots. Now to answer the question who got the most damage in the battle, it could go either way because we don't know how damaged the tigress was because they never actually put the camera on her. But Leo also got a fair bit of damage too. For example, at the end of the fight, we could see that Leo actually got a nosebleed. So having a nosebleed is not necessarily critical, but we do see that the tigress actually drew up blood. So that's very interesting. But you have to remember there was a point in time where Leo was mauling the tigress at a point on the lower body. So I'd say Leo did more damage on the tigress because of the mauling. But throughout the whole fight they were relatively equal. Both put out the exact same amount of shots. The tiger was clearly more accurate, but who did more damage? No one. They both were at an equilibrium. The most intended shots missed and some were a lot of grazes. And to answer the question who won the fight, the winner is no one. They both forfeited the match at the end. But at the end of the day, both were at an equilibrium and no one won because both cats forfeited the match at the end of the fight. Now granted, the tiger did run out of the area, but the lion did run away too. He ran in the opposite direction, and it's only when he came back to his senses he ran back to the females because his main objective was to keep the tigers away from the females, which I guess he sorta did. As to who did better in the fight, to be honest, looking at the raw stats, the tiger definitely did better. In terms of force swipes, the tiger's force swipes were way more accurate than Leo, but both cats forfeited the match, thus making the fight a draw. Although, I do admit, the tigress did do better in the fight. Please consider subscribing and liking the video, please, this was actual pain.